It was early morning when Karen from the HOA decided to help with a so-called community project. She had taken it upon herself to open my ranch gate for what she called a safari tour through my property. What she didn't realize was that my ranch was home to a small herd of buffalo, fully trained, fully protected, and more than capable of handling unauthorized intruders. This was about to become a very educational day for her. I was notified immediately by my surveillance system, which picked up motion at the main gate. Cameras confirmed Karen had entered without permission, and she was gesturing wildly to a group of neighbors she had somehow convinced to follow her onto the property. "Karen," I said firmly over the PA system, "you are trespassing. Step back from the gate immediately. This is private property, and you have no authority here." Karen ignored me. "Relax. We're just taking a short tour. The community wants to see your ranch." I shook my head. "You've crossed a line. This is private property. You are about to meet the consequences of your actions." As she approached the gate, I activated the automated buffalo enclosures. The animals, sensing an unexpected breach, moved cautiously but deliberately toward the open area. They were trained to respect boundaries but to confront anyone entering without authorization. Karen froze, finally noticing the massive creatures slowly advancing toward the gate she had just opened. What are they doing?" she yelled, panic setting in. I calmly replied, "You opened the gate without permission. These are my animals, and they are trained to protect the property. Please step back and wait for law enforcement." The local sheriff, who had been notified automatically by the ranch's security system, arrived moments later. Deputies assessed the situation and immediately confirmed that Karen had trespassed and endangered herself and others by entering the enclosure without authorization. "Ma'am," the lead deputy said, "you have no legal right to open gates or enter private property without permission. You are trespassing and endangering yourself. Step away immediately." Karen's protests were frantic and incoherent. She attempted to insist that the HOA had the authority to manage property access, but the deputies were unmoved. The buffalo, meanwhile, maintained a respectful but clear presence, showing Karen that she was fully under control, both legally and physically. Karen was escorted off the property, humiliated and clearly shaken. The HOA board was immediately notified, and her enforcement privileges were permanently revoked. The security footage, along with witness statements, ensured that she could never claim ignorance of the trespassing incident. My ranch remained fully secure, the buffalo calm, and the property entirely under my control. Neighbors who had followed the tour were amazed. Karen had believed she could assert authority and intimidate me with a simple gate opening. Instead, she had triggered law enforcement intervention, endangered herself, and exposed her HOA to significant liability. By the end of the day, the gate was secured, the buffalo were back in their designated areas, and Karen's rogue attempts to control my ranch had ended in humiliation and permanent revocation of authority. Karen had thought opening my gate for a safari tour would assert HOA control. Instead, she triggered law enforcement, public embarrassment, and permanent loss of authority, all while my buffalo and security systems maintained full control over the property. Karen opened my gate for a safari tour. Instead, she faced arrest, public humiliation, and permanent revocation of HOA privileges, proving once again that rogue HOA members cannot override private property or train security measures without consequences.